Hey everyone, welcome to a talk about the human connection during COVID as leaders are looking for new leadership tactics and alternative methods for connecting with and motivating their teams. Welcome to Invincible Innovation Live Show. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm Mazor, Kario, Innovation and Value Creation Expert, and I have a very special guest today, Genevieve. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Eddie.
So happy to see you. Genevieve Piturro is my guest. She's an author, speaker, and purpose consultant. And we're gonna have such an important and
Mm.
like I'm so excited to think about these like topics because I think it's so like in the head of everyone that are around me more or less. So it's so important. We're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook, and you're so invited to join the discussion and ask questions. And now we can start. So, how can leaders restore the human connection to their teams and their lives actually after so many years, like 2 years working remote and everybody's in their own business and in their own offices?
It's so true. It's been such a crazy 2 years. We've been so scattered, right? We haven't been connected. We've been disconnected, and it's lonely, and it's been proven difficult now to figure out how to come back together at
Yeah,
work, right? Do we go
sure.
in? Do we not go in? Some people are a little more afraid. Some people are ready to go. But I think everyone agrees that we do want to find some kind of a space where we all are comfortable because we know we want to
Sure.
move forward and we want to move forward together. And I think in the human connection, the piece that's the most important right now is listening, but not just hearing, listening with emotion for leaders, for friends, for family, because we've all been through a different experience in the last 2 years. Some people have lost family and friends. Some people have lost jobs, financial security. So many things have happened, and there, of course, have been joys, have been births, and there have been celebrations, and there have been, weddings and unions and things. So I think all of those things I said and more are emotionally packed, and I think that it makes a difference when you're asking someone for information. How are you? What are you doing? What would you like to see moving forward? That you listen, but you feel, try to feel what that person is saying. It makes the
Yeah.
difference in a connection.
Yeah. But don't you find it harder to do it when you're remote? Like I'm just watching you and I cannot see your eyes that clearly right now. Just seeing in the eyes is so important for empathy and for understanding. So
It's
it's
absolutely,
harder.
it's difficult, it's awkward. It's interesting to know that the last 2 years, when we have been in person, we've been wearing masks. But what has not been masked are our eyes. So we were forced, because we can't read lips, we were forced to look at each other in the eyes. And I can't help but think that that was, something that really changed things between people. Because when you look in someone's eyes, that's where the human connection begins. Begins right from the eye to the soul. And you have to pay attention. You can't not look, you can't read lips. That's what you're communicating with. And that's how we've been living for 2 years if we've been wearing masks. So it is difficult now, and it has been difficult remotely. So I'm hoping that we are coming together, and when we do in person, we continue to look in each other's eyes.
Yeah, and it's more than just looking. You need to really, look deeply in order to really empathize
See,
and to communicate. And sometimes everybody is so task related when we're thinking about corporations, companies, they have tasking cycles. So this is what needs to be done. And we're not thinking about who is this person doing what we're supposed to do as a company. And it demands from
yes,
us to see something different, right?
yes, we're in a rush. And I think that we slowed down so much during COVID that maybe that's why we want to rush and catch up. But it's I don't think it's the best way to get on a good place with each other. I think we need to take the time to have that conversation to get back together, even though it's awkward. I feel it too. It's awkward, especially because not everybody's on the same page, right? We have to be respectful of each other. But I think we have to take a breath, look, see each other, ask questions, ask about your story, how are you doing, and really listen with that emotion. And then instead of hearing them and preparing what you want to say next, just listen and then respond.
Like it seems like this is a new requirement or demand from
Yeah.
leaders and managers. They're not used to doing so. So it means that because we're so apart, we need to be more connected in a sense. And I'm not sure that everybody knows how to do it.
Right. We don't. We're all learning again. We're all learning a new way. But we see with a lot of the divide in the going back to work scenario that it's really the only way we can be on the same page. So we need to, and leaders are learning how to lead in a new way, right? More heartfelt, more compassionate, more patient. They're a leader, not a boss. You can't really come back and say, do it this way. There's only one way, my way, because it's not working. We see evidence already. It's not working.
So what do you think has changed for the employees in that sense? That they're not willing to work, and it's not only working remote and having your own time and not doing commuting. It's not only that. What's really changed in their minds that they need a certain way of leadership?
Well, I think in the last 2 years, the number one feeling we've all come away with is what's meaningful in my life? What was my life like? Would I return to it? Was it purposeful? Did I really enjoy it? Did I really feel full of joy doing what I was doing? That's a lot of time every day to spend at work. And I think we accepted it